Yes. Yeah, we sort of thought that we'd start with the stencils here, the very basic stencils.
Yep.
And move up around the room and then go up to the staircase as the actual series moves from Hamburg into Melbourne.
Okay.
Because I've done a few stencils, they're the new series, based in Melbourne, because what we want to do is make paintings of all of the self-collective and self-established spaces in different cities and have a little bit of history about them as well.
Okay, Ben, I've just met you probably about 2 minutes ago, and I love the work. I love the evident skill and some of the sort of choices you've made. Can you talk to me about this painting in particular? Or do you even call it a painting? How do you describe it?
It is a painting. This it's a super saturated, sort of abstracted painting, and
oh, you mean the colours?
Yep. And it's based in a squat in Hamburg.
Based in a squat?
No, well, in front of a squat in Hamburg.
Yeah.
So a lot of these paintings are self-organised places in Germany, and this is just one of those spaces.
Okay.
It's in a very what you would call a wealthy area, a very expensive real estate, and this is one of the squats that just stood up through time. And
so, but they have a very urban feel. Like yes. It could be an international urban feel. You've got, furniture, street art, posters, lots of visual information. What draws you into getting an initial idea?
An initial idea. Well, the idea behind all of these works was to capture all the self-organised spaces, places that are very important to the community, for the life of the city, and let's say for your underground people with cultural interests.
So it was that was the theme of the whole series?
Yeah, I went to all of these places that were interesting, that I knew about, and also that I could find out about, and they all fit together, and so it is.
So you introduced yourself, lobbed in, got to know the people, and then slowly developed images, or?
Slowly developed the images. Actually, I rapidly developed the images. It was very quickly.
This one's pretty intricate,
yet it's intricate.
Beautifully balanced. That's what I like about the work. It's energetic, beautifully balanced, and
I'll tell you about this one. I can really talk about the words. This is really full of a lot of lettering, a lot of words, a lot of tags.
It
reflects when I went to Hamburg and I couldn't speak any of the language.
Okay.
Just as anybody, when they go to a new city in a new country, you can't read any of the language, you can't speak it, and
it makes it sort of beautiful because you don't really just understand the meaning. You just look at shapes and
I've reflected that. I haven't tried to reproduce the words at all. I've just reworded everything. I've changed all of the tags, so there's actually no meaning at all behind any of them. And that's what I've tried to do with all of the work. Everything is sort of changed, transformed. So all you can see is the visuals. Try and derive it from the pictures or whatever. So that's another element to it, I could say.
I mean, the detail fools you to think it is a photograph, for a split second.
Well, it's abstracted enough, and it's sort of the contrasts are exaggerated enough that they could be photographs.
Like, for instance, this one, it's also sort of calm, sort of mundane angles.
Yes.
Which is just like taking a photograph or something. There's no real. I mean, to me on the camera it looks like a photo, but these are on acrylic, aren't they?
Yes, they're acrylic paints. So I sort of lay down the slate of colour first, and then as I work into it, you can't really tell anything. And then I get a black paint and sort of scribble the details over it, and the painting emerges really quite rapidly.
I know. Did you come from a background of street art?
No, I really developed a street art while I was in Germany.
Okay.
And I did a lot of super realist painting. And,
a lot
of sculptural based work. But I suppose your environment influences the art, and Hamburg is very good for that.
Well, Ben, it's just been a short interview and meeting. I've just met you, but that was fantastic. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.